Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us an opportunity in this Ramadan. Whenever as a slave, you try to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's someone distracting you, which is the devil, shaitan. And this month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chained the shayateen, and He opens the doors of heavens and closed the doors of hellfire. So basically, it's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is inviting you to enter His paradise, enter to my Jannah. So we have to take full advantage of this month of Ramadan, because you never know, this may be the last month or your last Ramadan. So how do we take full advantage of this opportunity? Is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One day the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was claiming the minbar, and he said, Ameen, Ameen, Ameen 3 times. So the Sahaba, they asked him, the companions, they said, we heard you saying Ameen. And one of the reasons why he said Ameen, he said Jibril came to him, and Jibril made dua, basically dua against someone. He said, may woe be to you if you enter Ramadan and go outside of Ramadan without gaining the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning the maghfirah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive His slaves during this month of Ramadan. And the Prophet said, Ameen. So now, just mind you, just think about it. Who is making dua? It's Jibreel alayhi salam, the best angel. And who saying Ameen? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So that dua will always be answered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and most of us, when we fasting, we abstain ourselves from our food and drink. But there's something many people forget about, which is qawl az-zur. The Prophet ﷺ said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need your fasting if you don't stay away from backbiting or saying or talking behind people's back, or for example, listening to music, stuff like that. Anything that going against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So fasting is not only about staying away from your food and drink, it's also to maintain yourself. Don't do anything haram. Keep yourself holy and recite the Quran, keep saying adhkar. And if you do that, inshallah, you will gain the mercy and the maghfirah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us sincerity whatever we do.
Amen.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la. هذا والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.
Jazallah, okay.